It's the Curiously Insane Podcast. Tyler T with the facts.
Y'all, give me 1 second. I gotta get my timing down so I can get it shared from my TT Productions page to my personal page before I start this stream. Because this just makes me look unprofessional. But whatever. I'm rolling with the punches. It's going to my personal page. Yo, we in business. All right, so here we go. What it do, what it be? It's your boy Tyler Transue here with the Curiously Insane Podcast, where we find out what fires people up. And in doing so, we fire you up to find your Everest and climb it. Because, baby, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Let's go, bro. All right, yo, and today I am here with none other than the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Griest. Let's bring him in here. Chris, welcome, sir. Welcome. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I'm going to give you good eye contact here in a second. Bam, got my banner running. I got stuff streaming. I see we got viewers. Yo, real quick plug to those viewers. Please feel free to engage, drop comments, and I will highlight them, throw them up on the screen. We'll give you shout outs, and yeah, we'll answer questions, man. So as you get fired up watching this broadcast up, the Curiously Insane Podcast, yo, feel free to engage, like, share, man, comment, because we having fun, dude, and we bringing you along for the ride. So today, again, I've got Chris Griest. Chris, my man, I reached out to you. I've known you for a long time. We can get into that later. But the main reason was, bro, I've seen you do quite a bit of hunting and fishing, right? And I got a little bit of passion and spirit in that as well. Nowhere near your experience or experience level. But like, I wanted to bring you on, dude. You're a unique guy, a great guy. You've got a family. I'd love to hear your story and what fires you up, man. So like, dude, you want to, take the mic, introduce yourself a bit. Yeah, man. What motivates you to go out in those woods, man, and try and get it there?
I'd like to start off first by saying I can't be responsible for any comments that might be made by friends of mine. Some of my friends, they're a little bit out there dogs. So, I can't be responsible for what might pop up here.
That's fine. I got a mullet. So you obviously know
Okay.
I don't give a shit, right, about what people think. So, yeah, dude, we can swear on this show. There's no there's no like PG rating. So if they
good. I was hoping so. I was hoping you had a dump button or something, in case we needed it. But if it's no holds barred, that's good.
It's no holds barred, bro. You say
right,
what's
man.
on your heart, what's on your mind, man. And the audience will feel it. They'll feel it.
Oh, yeah. It's all about the outdoors, buddy. Hunting, fishing, getting in the outdoors. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, I know a lot of people are into the gaming stuff. My boy is, but he's also into the outdoors things. But just getting out there in the fresh air and doing what you do, pretty much my passion always lied in fishing, but I'm big into hunting as well, and it's just the thrill of the chase, when it comes to tournament fishing, there's a lot more to it when you get to the competitive level than just the guy going out. A lot of people's opinion of bass fishing, dude's going out in a boat with a cooler full of beer and a sub, and he's just going out there and dunking minnows and having a good old time. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to do that,
Right.
do you, it's no, but I got into the competition end of it, when I was 16 and started fishing tournaments, and there's a whole science behind it, when you get into the higher levels you go, and it's all depends on what you're fishing for, what time of year you're fishing for, what type of body of water you're fishing in. I mean, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that somehow you got to figure out how to put together,
Dude, that is insane. So that kind of leads me into I'm interested in knowing, one, how early did you start? Because like if you're trying some pro tournaments or tournaments at 16, you obviously started at a younger age.
Oh yeah. Well, I started my dad took me fishing since I could hold a fishing rod, basically.
Okay.
But you generally can't go into like the bass clubs and compete in tournament stuff till you're 16. So I joined a bass club when I was 16 years old and never looked back, when you get to the highly competitive level, it's not a cheap sport, but it's a fun sport. But I mean, what is cheap nowadays,
Oh, exactly. Yeah, with CPI at 6.8% year over year. Yeah, we ain't doing too well. Everything's going up. But dude, so this I think would be really interesting, hopefully for some of the viewers to hear, is you're a little bit older than me. So for you growing up, when you were interested in fishing and hunting, you had your dad who showed you, but like how else did you teach yourself? How did you learn? Like where, now you can just look it up. There's tons of videos on YouTube that give great tricks and tips and how to rig this type of lure and how to cast it and how to, how to crank it and all that stuff. Like, so how did you figure it out growing up? Like, what did you do to pursue your passion?
Back then, there was quite a few on Sunday morning, fishing shows to watch that were early Sunday mornings, where you could watch how you did stuff, reading in magazines, but, you got to get out there and do it as well. As you're doing it, you learn stuff every day. I mean, you can ask the oldest pro out there that's on TV doing this stuff, and he's going to tell you he learns stuff every time he goes out, but those books, those videos aren't the end all be all. You got to go out there and do it for yourself because every condition's different every single day. It's never same day twice. It's a constant battle of keeping on top of them, keeping up with the whether it's a weather change, temperature change, whatever the case may be. If you're fishing lakes or impoundments that have dams on them or rivers, or even the Susquehanna River here, the water levels are constantly changing, which affects the fish's movement. There's a whole science to it,
dude. That's great to hear, man. That's awesome. I love that you just mentioned, really the fact of just doing it, man, is that's how you gain experience and get better. And it just often reminds me of, dude, I'll pull like principles from wherever to try to apply to my life. And I always love, the one lyric in that Lens song that said, and of course you can't become if you only say what you would have done. Right. So it's like, oh man, if I want to be a filmmaker, like I got to go film stuff. I got to make movies. I got to make broadcasts. I got to make documentaries, music videos. Like I can't just talk about, man, I want to be a filmmaker. Like if I go do it, then I become that. So like you really like fishing and you didn't just talk about liking fishing. You went and did it. And here's another great little side piece that I don't know if we got any fam out there watching. But so Chris, he happens to be, I don't know, he's my mom's cousin, right? So what, I don't know, is that like
we'd be second cousins.
Second cousin. We're second cousins. But dog, so I remember, I know that you were in, well, hold up. First, I'm 36. How old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
46.
46. Okay, 10 years difference. Perfect. But I knew you were into fishing from an early age because, dog, I remember coming over back like 7, 8 years old, maybe 9, and you guys we'd come over to your parents' house for Christmas, like a Christmas lunch, right? And you guys had a Nintendo and you had like a Bassmaster Pro fishing game, or you had WrestleMania, which was nasty, and you had that Bass Pro game or whatever it was. And I just remember like I'd always sneak off there and try and play that game, dude. I never had that game and it always fascinated me. And so I guess, I don't know. Just segue. I remember walking in that house, hearing Rocky shouting, Jagger, 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 because your parrot, right? Well, I think when you guys grew up, later it learned swear words. Is that correct?
Not from me, it didn't. I would never say such a thing.
No. Probably from that knucklehead brother of yours, Chad.
Yes,
that
exactly.
Seems like something he would do. He's a total Chad. It's great how life and the universe saw fit to make the name Chad a meme right now. Like, oh, yeah, that guy's a total Chad. And I say your brother probably fits the bill. If he's watching, I don't think he's going to comment, oh, yeah, I'm not a Chad.
Yeah, I mean, he can't even spell it right. He has 2 D's in it. I mean, who spells it with 2 D's?
Oh, I love it. And dude, that was like right on point. All lies. Oh, hold on. First off, we got Jason Felty saying all lies. And we got Dan Ziegler saying always blame Chad. And there's the 2 D's. So he proved your point there.
Exactly.
And I feel like Dan, he's a family friend forever. Yes, no?
Oh, yeah, you met him.
He's the one I was going to say. I remember going over to your house for pool parties.
Yep, he was there.
And I remember him being there. I thought that name sounded familiar. And then I don't mean to put you on the spot, bro. But I know in another episode you commented about, hey, if we ever need somebody to act in a movie with one leg, right? Or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I'll do what I got to do, buddy. You know what I mean? Hey, at 46, I'm willing to change careers. If I could be the next, like, George Clooney or something, I mean, look at these strikingly good looks. I mean, I feel like I was born for the silver screen, but.
Dog, and that's where it starts, in that head. You start envisioning you on that silver screen, you go there, and now that you mention it, right, as stuff comes up, guess what? I make movies, dog. So I can get you in there. We can do that. We will make that happen. To get back to my point, I want to say something, bro, and I hope I'm not overstepping, but something that stuck with me for the past 30 years. I'm 36. I feel like this probably happened when I was 6 or 7. Bro, I want to say, when we go over to those pool parties at your family's house, and dog, for those that don't know, Chris has a prosthetic leg. So I just remember, dog, you going up without the leg, jumping off that diving board, dog. You ripped nasty can openers and shit. And dog, I just remember being inspired, and I wish I would have said something to you, but I loved that you didn't let anything stop you, and you like went and lived your life, bro. And so I just remember I probably was 6, and if you're 10, you would have been 16, because I remember you're in the teens, dog, and I remember you doing that shit. And I don't know, man. It's just, I didn't always, I guess, want to say something to you, but it's always stuck with me. And now that we're here, man, I'm like, yo, I want to let you know, bro, a part of the reason my personality is the way it is and I go as hard as I do is because of things like that in my life. And I saw people overcome adversity and go crush life, man, and enjoy it. So, like I said, I hope I didn't overstep or anything, dude. Chris definitely taught, the bird swear words. He did.
No, yeah, no.
But, dude, I love that part of your story too, bro, because somebody could very easily say, I love hunting. I love fishing. If I had 2 good legs, I would go do those things. And you said, you know what? I love those things. And nothing's going to stop me, man. And even to the point, like, dog fishing in tournaments. Like, come on. Is that sick or what?
Hey, I appreciate all the comments, but if you want to do something, you got to go out and do it, just like you with filmmaking. You're like, I want to do that. I'm going to go out and buy this shit. I'm going to make films. I'm going to do documentaries. I'm going to fly to Arizona and do whatever you do, I've always lived, my brain always said, people, you have that voice in the back of your head say, hey, you shouldn't do that. Mine always said, I bet you $5 you can, and that's how you got to live life, buddy.
Dude,
now, a couple times that saying turned more towards the hold my beer and watch this scenario, which wasn't always good, but
But you got an experience, and dog, if you could see the hairs standing up on the back of my neck, you might be able to. That's the mullet, but there's hairs under there standing up. That shit fires me up, bro. That fires me up, man. And I love that mentality. And dude, I've always been the same way like that. Man, I love being an underdog, dude. I would much rather be an underdog and punch up all day long, man. And I even remember back in like elementary school, the times that I would like get picked in gym class or something to be the team captain. Dog, I remember always picking the kid. I didn't pick the kids like that were the most athletic. I always picked the kids and it's like, oh man, dude, I bet they never scored a touchdown. I'm going to see if I can help them like catch a pass or score. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know, man. It's cool. it's just cool that the different events in our lives, man, and how they shape us, even from a young age, and those different that mentality, dude. That mentality you said about, hey, I can't do this. It's I bet you $5 I can, dog. That has taken you an incredibly long way, and will continue to propel you. Like, dog. I'm definitely getting your ass in a film now. You can bet on that, bro, because that shit fires me up. So you'll be in something here that looks polished, bro, and you can go tell people, yo, I'm an actor, because look at that shit right there. It's an actor. All right, yo, good.
How far are we going with this mullet? I mean, don't be ashamed of the mullet, brother. You need to grow that till you need a rake to comb it with. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. This thing's going. I don't know. I have no plan in sight. Now that it's getting like nice, I know I can get it nicer. My brain tells me, it's like, dude, how are you not writing some sort of comedy or rom-com? Ideally a feature-length movie, but even a short would be cool. Dude, I got to do something funny with that dope hair, like the dope mullet. And yeah, I don't know. It just allows me to be zany. It would make for like a really good, I'm going to use it to definitely make like a good polished something. Even if it's just, excuse me, I might actually do like a cameo sketch or series. So like fake cameos. So, you have those cameos, like you can hire whatever, Billy Bob Thornton to like say happy birthday to you. So I might just like develop a character and then read fake like cameos that people didn't really send me, but it'd be like fun. I just think it'd be super funny. And with the mullet, who knows? It's an option. Yo, my man Jason Feldy, I'm sorry I didn't mean to leave you standing there, dude. I'll get off that soapbox. Yo, Jason Felty wants to know, what gun does Chris use to hunt? Yo, Jason, thank you for the question. Chris, hit it.
All right. First off, Jason is a coworker of mine. He's referring to him and I both have the identical firearm, and it's the most kick-ass firearm on the face of the planet. And we're probably only two people cool enough to own it, honestly. You know what I mean? But it's a 1886 Winchester chambered in 4590. Like when we see a deer, brother, and it's stand behind a tree, car, building, it doesn't matter. You can just shoot through that shit. You don't even have to wait for it to walk out. You know what I mean? It's just gnarly.
Wait, what is? I'm sorry, dude. I'm looking it up. I got to bring it up for the viewers. It's a 1886 Winchester
4590.
Hold on.
It's not for the weak, brother. I mean, you got to be, I'm
gonna pull this up for everybody, bro. Oh, I got to share the screen. What am I doing here? All right. Let me know if this is what we're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Say what?
The one down in the second row down far to right, Case Harden. That's what it looks like. Yep. That's it.
What? That right there?
Oh, yeah. We're going back to the old West, buddy. Like old school. Like,
dude, how many of the like, can you just rip off shots?
Oh, yeah.
Or what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you just lay it out there and let them run into it.
Oh, hold on a second. Yo, hold on a second. I feel like you're not going to be happy with this. Dan Ziegler. Boomer gun. What? Shots fired. Any reply to that? It's a boomer gun.
He's just jealous. It's jealousy. It's pure jealousy what's coming out right there.
See it all the time. See it all the time, man.
Yeah, don't hate the player. You know what I mean? Nope. Hate the game.
Man, you said it. You said it. Well, bro, that looks like a badass gun. So, Jason, Chris, yo, congratulations. So, wow. Now, that thing got a bit of kick to it?
It's not that bad because they're heavy. They weigh. That's the other thing. You got to be a man to carry that thing. Load it up, it probably weighs like 40 pounds. I mean, you need like an army of people to help you carry it in the woods, but
Dude, I think that's something that people probably that don't hunt just wouldn't think of is that, man, dude, one, guns aren't terribly light. So if you're hiking, if you walk with something like that on your shoulder for, even a half mile, like it can be heavy, or holding it all day. Not to mention if you're taking in a tree stand, right? Now, at least tree stands are I'm sure they're getting lighter, with advances in technology, but even a light, like, dude, it's still a good bit of weight and all your other gear in a backpack. Like, it's not easy lugging a good bit of equipment out into the woods.
No, and the main thing when you're deer hunting, little word of advice that you haven't killed one yet, wherever you go and kill one, you got to get it back from there. Just remember that.
I saw you comment about something, I think, when you took your son hunting here, this just a couple weeks ago. And you said, oh, man, I'm glad we didn't get one because I would have, right, you got to drag that thing out. And you're talking, what's a deer? Between like a small one, is it 100 to 150, 180? Like what?
A mature buck, you're looking in PA anywhere from 150. A real big one would probably be like 200. But so, then minus, you got them where they lay. So minus that, but it's still dead weight. You're dragging dead weight. It's tough.
Oh yeah. It's like,
you'll get a
dragging
workout.
your cousin Eddie. Yeah. Like this passed out or something like that, dude. It's not easy. I wouldn't know. But so how many have you gotten over the years, would you say?
Oh, I'd have to count them. I'm guessing somewhere in the probably 40 range, 45 maybe. But I used to hunt Ohio, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. So I hunted 3 states, and in Maryland, the does, the area I hunted, you could kill as many as you wanted. Ohio, you could kill 3. And then, of course, the laws in Pennsylvania. So
right.
I've killed quite a few. I've killed them with bows, muzzleloaders, rifles.
For the viewers out there, I feel like that's amazing. At least I can tell you, man, I've been out the past like 7 years. And then before that, I hunted maybe 3 years, like 16, 17, 18 or something. So I might have 10 years in the woods. 0, dude, 0. Chris is out here dropping deer left and right. And Chris, now, I believe that you were not, as far as I know, you don't like just going out and killing deer for the sake of killing deer. You are a conservationist, I believe, or a woodsman. Like you're a hunter. Like you like, look, I'm trying to get, I'm getting food, right? For my family, or like what is, your motive? Or are you the type of guy like, oh, I just like killing stuff?
All of the above.
Okay. So you do. Okay.
Oh, I'll eat them. I love venison. It's good stuff.
Gotcha. Are you a trophy hunter then? So do you like the rack?
No, I wouldn't class myself by any means a trophy hunter.
Okay.
Nope.
What do you do with the meat? Do you eat it all? Do you donate it? Do you give it to, friends? Because you can get, I had a deer that size.
I have donated it over years, but most of the times I keep it and eat it. I get a lot of bologna made out of it, ground into burger, beef sticks. Now you're making me hungry.
No, dude, I believe you. I look forward to the day that I get a deer, and I'm excited to be able to harvest that venison and then be able to eat it. Like for me, I like the idea of like, oh, dude, if shit hits the fan or whatever in the world, I'd like to be comfortable with like, oh man, hey, if I need to try and get something, like hunt something to survive, to keep, my kid and I alive, I can do that. I can fish to get maybe some fish. You've seen me been doing these campouts. I love how, like you said, bro, just going out and doing that stuff gets you the experience. And some people, they see me going out and camping by myself in Centralia, or getting a couple people to go, or a big group of people to go camp out overnight at the haunted trails of Gettysburg for that documentary, The Ghost of Gettysburg, or just whatever. Like, people would be like, "Oh, dude, like, oh, Tyler, he must have like, yeah, a bunch of experience camping in a tent if he's in these cold conditions where it's getting down to 26 degrees, and he must, yeah, know how to film and get all that stuff back there." Dude, no clue. I just went and did it, right? Like, not no clue. I mean, I know, like, dude, I'm going to need a fire to stay warm. You look up, like, on the, if you're staying in a state forest, like the rules on, yeah, am I allowed to have one? Yep. Okay, you got to build a fire ring. Bro, here's something they don't tell you, or the time you don't account for. Going and finding rocks to build a fire ring in the forest. That, well, one, I hiked in by myself. This was a night by myself in Centralia, where it was like I know it wasn't Forbes State Forest. Man, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so I'm not going to try and recall it right now. But yeah, hike back into the dark, and then I'm like, oh God, I got to find these rocks. And that's like a 20-minute process, right? To get these rocks out of the ground and form a fire ring. And I guess the point of the story is some people saw that stuff and it's just like, oh, dude, Tyler can just do it. It's like, oh, well, dude, I can now. And I feel much more comfortable now doing it because I just went and did it. It's like, yeah, a lot of people can do this stuff if they try. So hold on. Let's get to Nicole Griest. Who do you want to introduce the audience to who that might be?
That's my wife. She's not allowed to comment on this video.
Oh, okay.
No, she is.
I was going to say, dog, you trying to sleep on the couch tonight? Come on now.
She's making fun of me for the fact that I didn't get a deer this year, but I also worked a lot. I am in the industry now. So as I found out, when you work in the hunting industry, you don't get to hunt a whole lot because guess what? During hunting season, that's when you're busy.
Oh, man.
So it's kind of a catch-22.
It is. But thanks for rubbing salt in the wound there, Nicole. We appreciate that. No deer this year. Well, guess what?
Kick me while I'm down.
Dog. Now you know how I feel every stinking year. Let's see. Hold on. Jason Felty. Did Chris hunt in Halifax for buffalo yet?
He's referring to Tobias Lake, which I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to hunt there. So no, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, not during daytime hours with anybody around.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not trying to go to jail, Jason. Slow your roll,
dude. It sounds like the type of coworker I'm trying to work with. He sounds like he gets into all types of stuff. He's got a dope gun. He wants to start poaching animals from Lake Tobias.
Yeah, and he's not writing ahead. I mean, he's all around a good time. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, he definitely seems like good peoples. Yo, Nicole calling you out. That was your son's comment.
Well, I'm not listening to a 9-year-old.
Oh. Dude, I love everything about this. Everything about this. Family man. That's great too, man. So yeah, you're a family man, right? And let me ask you, take the combo there. So you enjoy hunting, you enjoy fishing. You have a son who is 9?
Just turned 9.
Just turned 9. So how has it been on this side of the fence? Like, you know how your dad taught you and took time out of his day and shared his experience with you and gave you tips and tricks along the way. Like, how has it been on this side? Showing your son. He's out there hunting with you, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. He goes in the boat and stuff, goes fishing. It's interesting to say the least, but we're getting there. He enjoys the outdoors, so that's a good thing. He gets fired up to go to the woods and go out in the boat and that, but you know how it is trying to keep a young man's attention sometimes on one pass. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Chris, you can probably guess how hard it is to keep this 36-year-old's attention on one path, right, for too long. So I get you on the kids, and Hunter fishing, he likes it, but like we gotta take the iPad. Like he can't sit there for 2 hours straight, right? And just enjoy being at peace with nature. And yeah, like who cares if anything's really bite? Like I'm trying to catch something, and there's that thrill when you see you feel the nibble and you set the hook and you're reeling stuff in and there's a fight. But a lot of times, yeah, I just have fun. I enjoy not being all around the hustle and bustle of everyday life and just going out in nature, man, relaxing, chilling. So for him, yeah, it's tough. For me, surprisingly, yeah, I do a very good job of just kind of, yeah, chilling and being out in nature.
Well, not to get on like a scientific approach of it, but I think a lot of that has to do with just the times we're living in. When I was a kid, everything's instant. We weren't carrying around computers that fit in our pocket. You couldn't get on your phone and look anything up you wanted to, whatever. So nowadays we're fighting uphill battle with these kids, when they go fishing or they go hunting. It's like, okay, it's 15 minutes. Where's the deer at? Or I casted twice. I didn't catch nothing, because they want that instant result. And that's just what we got to teach them,
It's hard, but it builds character. And I think, if it's something they enjoy and they like being out there, even if the attention span's short and they go to something else, like I just try and encourage, my son who's happens to be named Hunter. I just encourage him, like, dude, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go out and fit, like we'll go out, do it for like as long as you want to. I mean, at some point you got to be a parent, and if it's 30 minutes in, it's like, oh, I want to leave. It's like, no, we didn't come all the way out here to stand here for 30 minutes. But like at this point in my life, my parent, I'm just comfortable with like, oh, dude, like, look, yeah, I'll bring the iPad. So after 30 minutes, right, he's like, playing on that a little bit. And then, there's a nibble. So, now he's interested in fishing here for the next 30 minutes or so. And then maybe back to the iPad. So, like, I try and make the best of these times, right? And I understand, yeah, kids like that instant gratification and that engagement. So, yeah, I just kind of roll with those punches. I'm like, dude, if you're just willing to connect with nature for 30 minutes, I think at this age, yeah, that'll just go a long way as you mature.
Right. And I mean, it's all about teaching them patience too. Because if you ever want to be married, you better have patience. And I don't mean like me. I mean my wife. She's very patient with me.
Oh, I don't think she's watching this broadcast. I bet she's like, yep, absolutely. Yeah, no. And I'm divorced. So yeah, I know that people don't have patience. So no, that's all in good fun.
But like,
yeah, I make the best of the co-parenting too. Absolutely.
I touched on earlier, about tournament bass fishing, it being a whole science to it. When you get that into your head of enjoying putting the pieces together, is what enjoys me. I enjoy, I obviously love catching fish, but there's a whole scientific aspect. Just to give you examples, there's different types of line that people put on their rods. Okay. You have fluorocarbon, you have monofilament, you have braided line. Fluorocarbon sinks, monofilament's neutral buoyancy. So it'll pretty much float as long as a braid. So if you want, a crankbait to get down deeper, you put, different lines on it. If you have a 10-pound test line, your crankbait will run deeper than it will if you have 17-pound test on it. And you got to figure out, where in the water column the fish are, so where you want that. I mean, it's crazy. You can get so in your own head about it, but just figuring all that stuff out, if you're in the river, Susquehanna here fishing for smallmouth, you're not going to do the same thing that you do down on the Chesapeake Bay fishing for tidal water. It's totally different. And you got to be able to, that's what makes the guys you see on TV so amazing, because they know all that, but they're also on the road 200 days a year, right, doing that. So that goes a long way. But, and it's the time of the year, the water temperature, is there a front coming in? It's a whole gamut of stuff that can go on, and it can change from day to day. You know, there's some tournaments that are 2-3 day tournaments. So what you were doing day one may not work day two and day three. And you got to be able to read that water and the conditions and be able to say, this is where they moved to, this is what they're doing now, and go and do it. And, you know, to give you an example, and I fished a tournament back in the spring with my dad. Now, we didn't do so well in it, but I had one spot that I knew there was fish there, and the time of year was right, and water temp, everything was perfect for where we were fishing. But in tidal water, the bottom end of the tide, meaning like the last hour of outgoing, low tide, and the first hour incoming, generally is the best fishing.
Okay.
We hit this one spot multiple times, didn't get bit. We ran somewhere else, and I told Dad, I said, we're going to run back over there, and we're going to hit this boat dock one more time because the tide is perfect. And we went in there and caught 3 fish and lost another one within 15 minutes, where we had already hit 2 or 3 times, but because that tide was right, they were eaten. So that's the stuff you got to figure out. And there's guys that'll sit on a spot 8 hours knowing they're only going to catch fish for about 45-minute window. But, you know, you got to have that upstairs to be able to say, hey, I'm willing to gut this out and sit on this spot all day, knowing and having the faith that between 1 o'clock and 1:45, we're going to catch them.
And we're going to we're going to clean up. And I don't know enough about tournament fishing, so I'll probably misspeak. But I feel like there is like, you know, like a certain limit you can catch. And like, so, and, you know, so you only want to, you know, you have an idea in your head, man, I'm looking for ones that are at least over this poundage, right? Because they got to be over whatever it is. But like, you're hedging all your bets on your noodle coming up with a game plan of where you think those fish are going to be for those 45 minutes out of that, like that, you know, that large time span.
Well, you're exactly right. And especially down like on the Chesapeake Bay, the upper part of Chesapeake Bay, a lot of people think of it, you know, down where the Susquehanna River enters in and Northeast River enters in. Hey, this is the bay. It's saltwater. It's not. You know, it's all freshwater fish that live there. It's largemouth, smallmouth bass in the bottom part of Susquehanna, catfish, carp, you know, you name it, they're there because the salinity content doesn't get real heavy till you get down way south. So there's a lot of tournaments out there. Well, in a team tournament, generally any tournament, it's a 5 fish limit. So you want your heaviest weight and 5 fish.
Okay.
If down there in the springtime on the bay, if you don't have a 3.5 pound average for each fish, you're probably not even going to be smelling a check. So there's been times where I was running patterns where I was getting bit by, you know, 1.5 pound, 2 pound fish, but you got to leave and say, look, I know I'm catching fish, but this isn't going to do anything. I got to find bigger fish, you know? So there's a whole mindset to it, and you got the faith to go do that stuff. And hopefully it works out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't.
But that's part of it too, though, is that you get back up and you keep going, and you got some experience from, you know, from that tournament. And bro, let me see. I just like your outlook, you know, and the way that you kind of attack life or go at things. Like, it's a lot more fun for you and enjoyable. And I'm sure you learn much quicker when for you told me, right, your brain looks at it like, oh, this is like a puzzle. Like, how do I figure out, where these fish are going to be? Right. And what kind of line do I use, and what lures am I using, and what time, and it's just cool, as opposed to like, this stinks, man. I wish, you know, I wish I could just show up. They said where the fish would be, and I would just keep casting until I got 5 big fish, and we'd see who had the biggest. Like, you're like, no. I like the challenge, man. I love what you said earlier. For those just tuning in now, Chris said he's the type of guy where if somebody or his brain doesn't say, hey, man, I can't do this, it says, oh, dude, bet your $5 I can. And so I love that. That kind of shit fires me up. Because that's how I try and live my life. Like, dude, let's give it a shot. I bet we'll surprise some people. Yo, shout out to Alien Girl. Hi, Alien Girl. Yo, she is a incredibly nice woman. Her name is Amy. She just had us on her, by us, I mean myself and my filmmaking partner with Dockside Media. His name's Chris Rupert. But she had us on her show here last week to discuss our new documentary, Conscious Contact, Full Disclosure. So anybody out there watching who's into like aliens, telepathy, consciousness, experiencers, yeah, it's a great dude. It's a ball and doc. It is super, super sick. And yours truly went out, shot all the footage. Dude went out and interviewed all these people. So that's what we're all about here at the Curiously Insane podcast. Dude, it's, find out what fires you up and piques your curiosity and your interest. Dude, and go do it. We live in a day and age where, dude, whatever you want to do, like, you can go get experience doing that. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that you can't go do. Like, everybody's done it before. And if they haven't, well, dude, just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it's not right that way or more efficient or more effective or awesome that way. So go do it your way and get your results. So yeah, shout out to Amy. Dude, your show rocks. And yeah, love everything about you, man. I'm sure, you'll probably be on the Curiously Insane podcast here soon. Hitting us up with what fires you up. I know she's into Lady Gaga. I do know that. All right, what else we got here? Jason, Chris, Cody said, you know your shit. Oh, that's right. Pat yourself in the back.
I mean, I wake up in the quote Will Ferrell, I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that's how you gotta look at life, man. Yeah, dude, that's a great. What we got, Lou Howard? Wake up and piss excellence, dude. Tyler, what's going on? All the best. Shout out to Andrew over at the Luau. My man, if you guys, any of the viewers are into Funko Pops, I believe that's the name of them. They're like collectibles. Bro, my man, Andrew, and now that we're talking here, dog, I know that's a passion of yours, and I've watched you grow your brand, the Luau channel, dog, by tons and tons of subscribers. I don't even know where you're at. Like maybe 3,000, something crazy, 4,000. So, dude, I'm going to have you on the show. I'm really glad you reached out. Plus I saw my man's, I won't say too much info, but I did see Andrew dressed as the Grinch here recently. Man, I wish I had the picture like available that I could throw it up. He posed with my dad. It was sick. My kid and cousins and stuff, or niece and nephews, they were all getting chocolate, or doing this Christmas event. So, at any rate, what's he saying, dude? Yes, I think that means he's down to beyond 4,800. 4,800 subscribers, bro. If I had a bell to ring, I gotta up my game, my live broadcast game. But I'll ring a bell for you, dude. That's nasty. That's nasty, man. Way to grow, dude. I'm man proud of you. That is true, dog. Andrew, I'm gonna have you on because I know you'll be a lot of fun, dude. You are a G. You are a G. So, I'm so glad that you're out there watching this, man. I'm stoked to have you on. All right. Let's see. Where were we at? Well, I guess here we'll go back. So Jason said, Chris, you know your shit. You mentioned about, hey, I wake up, I piss excellence, that whole bit. Dog, I believe quite a bit, or I've been trying to embrace that whole idea of like, man, if you believe it, you can help manifest it. And so, and just help take your life in that direction. And dog, all this filmmaking experience I've got over these 5.5 years and learning about live broadcasting and podcasting and all that great stuff. Like, dude, just by going and doing it, like, yeah, what am I trying to say? Dude, it's okay to know your shit or whatever. Like if my man says, yo, you're polished, dude, you know you're fishing, you know you're bad hunting. Like it's all right to be proud of yourself. Like, dude, I do, man. I put in a ton of hours and effort and heart into learning all that stuff.
Exactly. If you go into anything with a mindset, I can't do this or I'm going to fail, guess what? You're going to fail. You got to go in and be like, when I do this, I'm going to be the shit. And that's the attitude you have to go in everything with.
Dude, we're kindred spirits, bro. I'm going to get you in one of these films because if you have that kind of attitude, dog, if you would see my, I think maybe you have seen perhaps my acting reel or whatever, but it's cool, dude. I've done some dope acting, and just with your mindset, the mindset that you have alone, like no real experience, no real training, just as I've been doing all this video work, I'm like, man, if I want to keep becoming trying to keep improving my filmmaking skills, I gotta keep making videos. So I gotta learn how to present myself and carry myself on camera. And like, yeah, dude, it's just all this stuff fires me up. So yeah, it's like, dude, I'm proud to say, dude, I'm an actor, I'm a director, I'm a writer, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a cinematographer, like dog, because I got all these videos and all this experience. It shows I can, man. That's what I've done.
It's what you got to do.
Here? Chris is my hero, yo. I don't know if this guy, he sounds like a good dude. I feel like that's a genuine compliment.
By the way, he said he would come on your podcast. This guy is a firearm expert. If you ever want to talk firearms, he said he would come on your podcast. It might be the last time you're ever allowed on the internet again, but he would come on your podcast.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. So this is all legit. Jason, dude, we doing live broadcasting out here, dog.
Now he lives in Lebanon. I don't know if they have the internet in Lebanon County yet. They might. I don't know.
Somehow he's responding. He's writing comments, so it can't be dial up because it seems like he's commenting in real time. But here's what's up. I just sent that to you, that email address, Chris, the Tyler at docksidemedia.com. Send me an email if you want to hop on right now, bro. If you're on a phone, you can get on right now. I will email you the link and I'll let you into this bad boy. That's how crazy we are on the Curiously Insane podcast. And that's dope. If you're a firearm expert, bro, it sounds like there's probably some shit that fires you up. And I would like to hear about it. So hopefully some people like out there, whether it's even firearms they're passionate about, dude, if they just hear people talking about stuff that they really love, hopefully it encourages them to be like, yo, what the hell, dude? I might as well go try this thing that I really like and not really care what anybody else thinks. If I like it, damn, dude, and it makes me happy, like, I'm going to go do it. So let me, I don't mean to be rude. Let me ask you a question and then I can check something here. Because I feel like if Jason emails me, where's it coming through to? Like my phone. So I had that thing on silent. I'm not trying to miss his email. All right. So Chris, while I'm like looking at my phone and being, trying to do that quick. Any upcoming fishing tournaments for you? Anything scheduled? Anything you're looking at in the spring to get into?
In the spring, I hope to pick it up a little bit this year with what I'm able to fish. In the spring, I generally fish. There's a pretty big tournament that a tackle shop actually right here in our area in Columbia runs. Susquehanna Fish Tackle. I've known the guys for years and years and years. And that's the one that the old man and I fish that I referred to earlier. And it's normally a good one. They draw 100+ teams at their tournament every year. It's a good time. There's another pro that's from Jersey, throws a pro-am together. They fish down there every year that I'm going to get in this year, but they're the only two that I'm going to try to schedule for this year and then just play it by ear from there.
Dude, I got you. Let me ask you this. It sounds like, yeah, that's like when you said about there's 100 people there, right? Or 100 teams or whatever, 100 entries. Dude, does that fire you up? Like, do you like the challenge of, dude, let's see what I'm made of, you know? Like, I would rather go into a tournament with 100 people, try like hell to win, maybe get 7th or something, like maybe not, not get first, but do well, versus going into like maybe whatever, just like a field that I know is smaller and easier, and I got a good chance of winning this, right? Like, would you like it seems like your mindset would probably go towards the former, like, dude, I like that big field where, if I win this, man, I'm good, baby.
Oh, sure. Yeah. The bigger the field, the better. It gets you more fired up. I mean, from the word jump, when you start out in a tournament and you're blasting off, everyone's floating around, okay? And they'll call, you draw a position, a boat number. So they'll call out boat 1 and they take off, boat 2 and they take off. And when you see 100 and some guys, teams sitting around with their motors idle, and they're all ready to go, and all these boats do 70 mile an hour, and everyone's just, it gets you fired up.
And so to that, like, do you find that you still have that same adrenaline rush when that start happens today as you did 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Is it still?
Oh, absolutely. It's just as you get older, the boat wakes when you hit them and stuff start hurting a little bit more. And at the end of the day, you feel a little more tired. But at the beginning of the day, I start out top notch. You know what I mean? I may not feel the same at the end of the day, but at the beginning of the day, it's all good.
Yeah. I love it, man. Well, you seem to be like, a guy kind of like, of the mindset, oh man, like age is just but a number or whatever. I try and maintain, like, dude, if I wouldn't look in the mirror and see wrinkles and whatnot forming, and bags under eyes, like, I don't know. I could probably just wake up in the morning and crack my eyes and think I was 22. Usually, or like 16, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, my mind is like, I don't know. I try and feel young. You try and do that despite, what my body tells me the day after doing some physical activity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Not only that, when I die, I don't want people to say he looked good. I want them to say he beat the hell out of that body. Look at that thing. He done wore it out.
Yep. Exactly, dude. And I like, dude, I'll never forget. Man, I feel like I was 26 maybe or something. So going back 10 years, my dad, we were on a softball team with my brother and had a bunch of other people in Columbia. And I remember my dad, like, he'd always been just a good athlete. I think he had at one point, we'll have this out there in the interwebs for history because it probably got erased from the Hempfield plaques. But he was like a top 10, man, was it discus or javelin thrower? One of those. He's just always been a good athlete. So in softball, dude, it was humbling, I'm sure. He'd be out there at like shortstop or something, or second. Well, I guess he had to go to second because he didn't have the arm to throw from short anymore, right? And that ball, if it was hit too far to the right or left of him, it's in the outfit. You know what I mean? You'd see him like try and go, like his heart was there. Like, oh, dude, I got that all day, baby. I know that ball, and the body just, it 52 at the time or whatever it is, man, it's tough to get your body going into a lateral position or whatever, or even just a quick sprint and get down to grab it. I'll never forget that. Or or him peppering a ball, still being able to hit, and he'd pepper a ball to the outfield. And dude, it would look like he was running like in slow-mo through molasses, trying like hell. But it's like, what, dude, what's going on? You're getting a double on a clear home run. So, dude, what's up, Jason? Are you still watching, dog? I have not got that email. We're trying to let you into this live stream if you want to join.
He's probably intimidated by me.
He is. He called you his hero. We'll throw that back up on the screen. So, dude, put your money where your mouth is. And again, Chris talked you up pretty good. Said that, yeah, you're like, he knows quite a good deal about firearms, correct? He's an expert or something?
He's pretty knowledgeable, more so in like the lever guns, Western stuff. This dude sits and watches the show Yellowstone with leather chaps on with a revolver in his lap. I mean, that's how hardcore this dude is as far as, you know, the cowboy life.
Yo, Jason, we need you on here. Stat, bro. He's probably, I hope he's throwing on the cowboy chaps and revolver to hop on this stream. I'm guessing that's what the holdup is.
It might be.
Because, dude, that sounds like my kind of peoples. For real.
You just better hope he has something on underneath them chaps.
Oh, no. We're going to do a stand, like just a surprise stand at a random time when he's on. I'll count it down. And, yeah, we just see if everybody's wearing pants. It'll be real fun. It'll be great for the viewers. That'll make sure that they stay till the end. But we won't let him know about that. And hopefully it's just assless chaps.
How's your old man's golf game? Is that falling off?
Oh, horrendous, dog. Horrendous.
So his body's failing him on that too.
He, well, actually, no. He actually, well, again, I mean, it's all relative. For a Transue, he's playing pretty well. Or at least his Transue level. His brothers are great. My brother is pretty good. He's getting good. If there's any chance he's watching, I'll give him the comp. I doubt he's watching, so I'll say it now so he doesn't hear about it. But he's pretty decent. Like he'll shoot, man, like mid 80s, right? On a good day. I mean, I think his best round's probably like low 80s. Like for us, that's good. My dad, he's shooting probably like low hundreds. If he's in the 90s. It's a good day. Me, I've been shooting in the 90s here recently. But typically, yeah, I'll shoot in the low hundreds too. What about you? Do you play at all?
I used to play a lot. I didn't play at all this year. But the boys gotten into wanting to go to the driving range. So several times a year I'll take him out, the driving range and let him hit balls and stuff. So he's getting into it. I'm going to try this year. He's getting a little bit better to take him, over there to the Evergreen, to that pitch and putt course over there, whatever, the little one, let him try that and see if he likes it.
Yeah, dude. No, that's a great idea. I know my little guy. Yeah, he can hit the ball. All right. My nephew, he recently went with his dad, my brother-in-law, to Evergreen pitch and putt and had a blast. I think he might have parred one of them holes. You connected 3 shots. And so that's the kind of golfer I am. Like sometimes I might, hit par, like on a very, very, very lucky time, like get par, bogey, like 3 holes in a row. It's like, oh, dude, that's actually that's not bad. And then I'll go like 10, 7, 8, I'm just inconsistent. So for me, if I just get one or a couple good holes, like it's always encouraging and gives me hope. Like, dude, I can string it all together one of these rounds and shoot and go really, really low. And that's what keeps me coming back.
Well, a lot of these Hollywood types, they're all into golfing. So you got to keep your golf game strong. So when you hit it big, you can go out there and you playing golf with these, directors and all these big money guys and producers and stuff. You know what I mean? You got to keep the game sharp.
I feel like I'll just lean into playing customer golf and I'll lose to them to make them feel good. But we getting them contract, baby. You know what I mean? Rubbing elbows, yep, with them, with them big, them Hollywood stars. It's happening. It's going to happen, baby. So let's manifest that. Anybody out there watching, man, we got at least 10, which, dude, I'm going to be honest with everybody out there. My heart's about to explode. That is super dope that we got everybody watching, interacting. I even read this. Hopefully it's appropriate. Hydra Hose says, you see everything. It all breaks down in front of you. The essence, the air itself, a complex design pulled into the void. You gain momentum, locked forward, only slowing to what seems. No, only slowing to what seems. That's the end. Man, well, you're on the curiously explained. Geez, now I'm confused at this point. Hydra Hose, you are on the Curiously Insane podcast. So I'm reading your comment because I appreciate the engagement. Let me read it one more time. You see everything? It all breaks down in front of you. The essence, the air itself, a complex design. Is that poetry I should recognize, or only slowing to what seems? I don't know. It's very eloquent. We can maybe just let that stand on its own. Chris, do you have a comment to that?
No, that's way above my head, man. I'm just a simple half a redneck, that's above me,
Dude, that's kind of what I mean. It kind of took me by surprise. I love that Hydra Hose is a fan. So thank you so much for I'm going to read that later because I'm the type of guy that wants to dissect that. I just feel like I don't know if I can do that on live air right now. Man, like what?
It sounds
like,
good.
What are you saying is breaking down right now? Like what is? Just yo, thank you. Because I would have tripped out for a minute there. Just poetry. All right, yo, good looking out, Hydra Hose. Thanks for taking the podcast that way. It definitely needed that interjection. And like I said, yo, I'm the type of dude, like I take all these comments seriously. So I will go back and read that after the broadcast when I have more time. Yeah, and really internalize it and see what it means to me. So thank you so much for engaging. Definitely subscribe, do it all. All right.
Yeah, it definitely sounded good. It definitely sounded like something we should all do. I don't know what that was, but it definitely sounded awesome.
It did. That's why I was like, is that poetry? Wow. It was kind of impactful. And I was shocked. And I was like, oh, dude, I wish I had the bandwidth to process that correctly right now while trying to run this broadcast and do all this other stuff. I'm like, man, I don't think I should even attempt it. I think I might flat on my face. So, thank you for just telling us again. It's just poetry. Or poetry. Oh, man. So what about hunting, Chris? Let's kick it back that way. So you mentioned you got some fishing tournaments you're looking at coming up. Hunting. You do the deer hunting, buck, doe, etc. Used to do multiple states. Now I think just the area. And plus now that you're in that industry, not even a whole lot of time to get out and do it. So do you hunt other game?
No, right now it's pretty much just deer. I used to do a little bit of turkey hunting. I just primarily stick to deer hunting right now. How it is with a family and stuff. Sometimes there's not enough hours in the week, to do everything you really want to do, but you do as much as you can.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get out archery hunting here in late season one more time. I'm hoping to anyway. I got to check my schedule and see when I can make that work. And it's been challenging at work to say the least, with everything going on in the firearm industry in the last 2 years. It's been challenging, but, we're working through it as far as, there's been a national shortage of ammo since this whole COVID thing kicked off. And it's just been one thing after another, but we're getting through it.
Yeah, you have to, man. You got to put your head down and go, dog, because the pity party, it just doesn't do any good. Like it doesn't, man. Nothing good comes, man, from just dwelling on the stuff like that you can't personally change. Like,
exactly.
Can you personally correct the ammo shortage situation? It's like, well, I don't know. If you want to take the steps to go help affect that change, you can do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it because, yeah, you can't affect it. Like, it'll get corrected when it does, hopefully. But either way, the outcome's the outcome. And if you're not going to take the actions to affect the outcome, well, like, dude, you can worry, but whatever. I wouldn't worry about it, you know? I wouldn't spin my wheels too much because it sucks losing sleep over stuff that's out of your control.
Oh, you'll never have me lose sleep over work.
I love it. I love it.
Dude,
I do love that Hydra Hose did say that they cannot even process that poetry that they wrote. Again, it was right here. So they wrote it. They can't process it. So that should make everybody here feel much better. And again, for those listening on this replay podcast, the poetry is, you see everything, it all breaks down in front of you. The essence, the air itself, a complex design pulled into the void. You gain momentum, locked forward, only slowing to what seems. And I read it the best I could because there's no punctuation anywhere throughout that. So hopefully I had the cadence right.
I would love to know what the name Hydra Hose means. That is an interesting name.
Yeah, I feel like I could maybe hazard a guess, but I don't want to. I don't want to be wrong and be disrespectful. but if Hydra Hose wants to, just tell them comment the meaning of their name. We'll read it out loud, and we'll post it.
It's very unique.
Very unique. Very unique. So. Man, what's up? Jay, can you comment, dog? Are you Jason Felty? Felty. Are you even there, bro? Because here's what's up. My man's wants to come on the show. We extend the invite. I tell him the email address to send, to email me, which I'll send so I can send him this link to get in. Dude ghosts us. No big deal.
Oh, I'll get
it. Tell you what, let me throw a question your way, and then I'm going to try something else here real quick.
Yeah, but
how excited is your family for Christmas? And what are we at? We're the 22nd, so we're 3 days away.
The son is very excited. I mean, everyone loves Christmas. But we just finished. I mean, we're not very proactive with the shopping sometimes. We literally just finished it today. So now we can sit back and be like, yeah, it's all good. We can enjoy the ride now that we got everything done and everything's, all the ducks are in a row, so to speak.
Yeah. I love everything about it, man. It's just a great time of year. They got New Year's right after, right? And you're starting fresh and you just, I don't know. The whole thing fires me up. I've loved Christmas morning since I was, since as long as I can remember. My little dude loves Christmas, and dude, he's like, he's already plotting how early he's getting up. You know what I mean? And it's just funny. Yeah, how life goes full circle. Because now I'm like, oh, dude, I'd be down for sleeping in a little, bro. Just like not tons, but I'm just saying, like, 5 a.m. Is that like necessary?
Yeah.
Like, is it like, bro? Like, yeah, can we get man? 6:30 would be like super dope, right? But I get it because I was there. I was the same way. So it's yeah, I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, it's all good. Looks like you had a good one up at Racetown. I saw the pictures.
Dude, we had a great time with my family. My parents, they've been spoiling us with Christmas. Oh gosh, again, but like longer than I can remember. And all these grandkids, now that they have. So it's fun, man. I love the time with the family and the time with the kids, and decorating the tree and them opening the presents. And dude, mad props to them if they ever happen to tune into this broadcast, dude. Super proud of you all again. I told you that. But just mad patient, dude. They went around, opened presents like one by one, and dude, it's just, if my man and Poppy get all the kids like tons of presents, like it's a process, dude. Like it just takes a long time. And when everybody wants to open stuff, it's so, dude, they were so patient and thankful and appreciative. It was like, oh, dude, they're just great kids. So I love that. It's just like, oh, maybe they've like figured out the game. Like, dude, when they act like that, dude, they'll get even more presents next year. You know what I mean? Like everybody just loves a good kid who's appreciative, and it makes you want to do more kind stuff because it means something to them. Right?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, though.
It is Christmas spirit. Dude, I love it, man. I definitely want to wish you and your family, a Merry Christmas. And it's crazy, dude. The last time, for anybody tuning in here, if you missed earlier on, Chris happens to be a second cousin. So my mom's cousin. And I just happen to remember we used to go to his house on Christmas for like lunch. Up until the last time, dog, it was, the Taking Back Sunday album that had Cute Without the E on it. If anybody's out there and can comment, I mean, I guess I could look it up. But that was the last time, dude. So it had to be like 2000, maybe 2000 or something. Yeah, 20 years ago. Or 21 years ago. Almost 22 years ago. Bro, are we getting old?
Never. It's all mindset.
It is a mindset. Exactly, man. Dude, you can stay young at heart.
Right, which we touched on earlier.
We did. So we're not going to rehash that. Dude, anything else that really fires you up? You love your hunting. You love your fishing. You have taught yourself quite a bit. I hope people that have listened are inspired to go teach themselves something that they're passionate about. Like what? And anything else that really gets you going?
Well,
Phillies, I see behind you.
Oh yeah, that's Pete Rose there, buddy. Autographed Pete Rose jersey. Oh yeah.
Charlie Hustle, is that correct?
You got it,
dog. So yeah, when I played sports, I might not have been the best, but dude, I always had I guess that kind of mentality. It's like, dude, nobody's gonna out hustle me, dog. Like you're not gonna see me like quit on that field, bro. I'm going 99 or 999 miles per hour, right? Until this game's over. And I don't know, dude. I love that hustle mentality, man. I think that can take you far in life, bro. It sounds, I think, yeah. So what else were you saying before I mentioned the Phils? What else fires you up?
Outside of just, the whole family thing, just doing stuff with your family, having the wife, the kid and stuff, that fires me up. I've always been an avid pool player as well.
That's right.
And with just scheduling things with work, but then COVID hit and kind of put a kibosh to it. I don't think I picked up a pool cue in probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I'd like to get back in that because once again, I mean, maybe it goes back to the mental aspect of it. Just like I was referring to earlier with fishing, it comes down to a whole scientific approach on, figuring the weather out, figuring the fish out, what the conditions are and stuff, which is why I enjoy that so much. Pool is such a mental game. anybody can go up there and hit a ball in the hole, but knowing the physics of it and where you come off a rail with the cue ball and what spin you put on a cue ball, where's it going to end up, and how the speed right is I think the ultimate challenge when it comes to any kind of let's just call them barroom sports, so to speak.
Okay. Dude, that is sick. And I think, well, I remember, yeah, that's right. You guys always had like a nice pool table or whatever at your house. So you had played right since you were young.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really cool because I feel like that is one of those games where if you apply yourself and like through repetition, if you keep playing pool, like game of pool after game of pool, like you get a better feel for the mechanics, for the angles, for those spins, for the speed and where you're hitting it. Like it's almost impossible not to get better, right? Like, so if you're really passionate about pool and you're, and you start from scratch, like it's something you can get noticeably better at, right? If you just try and apply yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not a real physical game. Like I said, it's 90% mental, Now, when you get into competitive pool, for me, that's where if you play video games and you curse at the screen and throw controllers and stuff, that game will have you cursing and throwing stuff more than any game you ever played in your life, because it gets that frustrating at times if you're playing on a competitive level. But and the funny thing is, a lot of it's geometry too. When you get your game, to a certain level, you got to know angles, and geometry. And the best part is, I felt like I was a pretty solid pool player, but I was horrible at geometry, dude. Horrible. So there you go. Comes around full circle, I guess.
It does. And that's what we're about here on the Curiously Insane podcast, is that it's for people not to limit themselves. Like, hey, just because you weren't good at a particular subject in school doesn't mean you can't go, chase whatever your creative passion is now. And if it's pool, just because you were bad at geometry then, dude, maybe if geometry was shown to you in a pool style format where you were shown the angles this way and you got to play through that, you may have learned it better back then. But regardless, who cares? We ain't talking about back then. We're here and now. So if you like pool, you can learn about angles now in a fun way. And dude, that's dope, man. I love it that you don't limit yourself, because we've had other people, that were, not necessarily good students in certain subjects, and now they're in, positions where, that subject is like their primary source of income, right? It's like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, but and just to touch on what you just said, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but there was an old saying: "There's no future in the past." You know what I mean? You gotta keep looking forward. Don't look behind you.
Yep.
And if you don't, just like you with your filmmaking and stuff, if you never take a shot at it, you'll never know. You don't want to be some old cat laying at home, be like, you know what? I wish I made a documentary. You said, you know what? I'm starting a whole company, and that's how I always lived. If I said, oh, I want to start shooting pool, I wasn't the guy who said, okay, I'm going to go to, a bowling alley or a bar and put 2 quarters. I'd be like, I'm buying a pool table. I'm getting 3 pool cues, a case, that was me. It's like, if I'm going to do it, I always dove in head first.
Yep. And that's the only way. That's the only way a guy, I don't know. That's the best way for a guy like me to learn. If I plan it out, it just doesn't come off nearly as good. And it's crazy, man, to be here now, a week later. This is episode 4 of the Curiously Insane podcast. And man, I have just all the skills I have learned up to this point in live broadcasting. Bro, I'm infinitely in a better position than I was a week ago when I had the idea to start it, and I just started it. And dude, I love this too. Like demystifying, as far as just my filmmaking journey, and just having here an idea over the summer. Man, like me and a filmmaking partner, he had come to me and said, man, we should start making documentaries. And like, dude, great idea. Yeah, we should. Let's do it. It'd be fun. And we don't watch documentaries. We're not into, we're just not into that stuff per se. Like, we don't watch it, but we're like, man, we feel like we could tell, we're filmmakers and we can tell, we're good at telling stories. And so let's make documentaries and piece together these stories. To the point was, we went out in LLC, like Dockside Media, like it's an LLC, so we're protected. You know how we did it, viewers, listeners, bro? We got on the internet and filled out very simply, like a form. And actually we filled it out as Dockside Productions. They came back then and said, no, that's already taken. All right. In this state, because I think it's a state to state thing. Chris Rupert, fair play to him. He's actually the one that did it. But if you want to do this stuff, man, I know me growing up in my head, it's like, oh, dude, there's got to be like a trillion steps involved to make an LLC, and a lot of money and paperwork. It's like, oh no, dude, it's actually really simple. You just do a little form and you get it. Yeah, you get approved, weeks later. It's like, oh, dude, it's cool. So hopefully people listening, watching, dude, if you want to LLC something, look into it, research it, and you can definitely go do it with minimal time and minimal investment.
I'm back on the fishing thing. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Because I did get you on my boat. Now, fishing was horrible that day, but I did get you on my boat one time.
Yeah.
And your mindset when you said, all right, Chris is going to take me out on my boat and we're going to go bass fishing. And you showed up and you got in that boat and I took you on that first run down the river. What went through your mind?
Well, one, I know that boat hauled ass. I remember being thrown back in my seat, and I feel like, we're going back 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
3.5 years. It was a while, but 4.5 years. It was early on in my filmmaking journey. And I don't think I ever even made a video out of that. I know I had that footage forever. I might still have it somewhere. But yeah, my mind was blown, one, at the speed of that thing. And I remember my camera on the gimbal, the G forces or whatever overcoming, keeping that thing steady. That was wild, bro. What was that thing doing? How fast?
About 70.
70. And you're low on the water, guys. If you've never done it, it's something else. And it's in a river. So it's not a big wide open bay or or an ocean. Well, I guess oceans are choppy, so I don't know how that would be. But I just remember my head was like, oh man, dude, we're flying, and the foreground's becoming the background real quick. I trust that we good. That we're not going to crash, but this is nuts. This is cruising, dude.
Yeah. So if you're in a tournament, you asked me earlier, do I still get, fired up about stuff? When you blast off in the morning at a tournament and you're hauling ass like that across the water at 70 miles an hour and you got all these teams around, you're all jazzed up, it's hard not to get excited, buddy. And I struggle with that a lot over the years. Is when I'd pull in the first spot, I'm just so, jazzed up. I'm trying to make 1,000 casts in the first 8 seconds and I'm there because I'm just so wound up. So sometimes you got to take a breather, but there ain't nothing like ripping across the water at 70 mile an hour to put a smile on your face.
Dude, I'm sure without the camera and me being if I could have, if I'm in the mindset of I'm going out to fish this tournament, and I can only imagine, dude, what an adrenaline rush and tons of boats, right? Usually everybody's taking off. So it's just assholes and elbows, dude, and everybody's heading out to their spot, dude. And they got to get on the fish as quick as they can. Or, like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, hedge your bets that, hey, man, at this time, all hell's going to break loose here, and I need to clean up in this 45-minute window or whatever it is. So, yeah, I bet that's a rush, dude. And that's awesome to hear you've been doing it so long, and it still is a rush.
It is. I'll never give it up. Till I can't get in that boat anymore, I ain't going to give it up.
Dude, I love it. I love it. And, dog, here's what's up. Even when by the time you can't get in that boat yourself, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, 60 years from now, dog, your son, he'll have grown by then. Yo, your ass still getting on that boat. You know what I mean? So I feel like, oh, dude, you're set up. You're set up because, yeah.
Well, that's why I was a little older when I had kids, and, you were, a lot of people were. So, I'm 46, he's 9, so you can do the math.
Yeah.
And I also married a wife who's 4 years younger than me, and all this was plans for the future, buddy. It's just like putting money in your IRA. I need these people to take care of me when I'm old and can't do nothing for myself. I need them to still be able-bodied, so they can do all this stuff for me,
dude.
Although she has threatened to put me in a home already, and there's nothing wrong with me, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But
no, I'm sure that's just all in good fun. That's just the type of family we got, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, man, dude, I love everything about it. So anything else that fires you up?
I think just in general, just the outdoors. I don't care what it is. Like I sort of touched on earlier, whether it's you're playing golf, whether it's I saw you were out Frisbee golf. Well, it don't matter. You're getting outside, you're doing something, moving around, just and enjoying outside, getting away from, you turn on the TV and you see all the crap going on, and it's like you just got to get out there and get away from it and just kind of race your mind every now and then and recharge and just, do what you do, whatever blows your hair back.
Yep. Absolutely, dude. I love it. And again, I guess shout out to the kids because, I'm not too proud to admit that, like, for whatever reason, if I'm going out on an adventure to film, like, and I'm doing a camp out or something, and I'm making a fire, right? So I'm like trying to, like, I'm staying warm, but I'm fine off like all day, every day, in like 26-degree weather. But man, like it's good to have a son who wants to go out and play Frisbee golf in 30 degrees or whatever it was, because like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd just take myself out there sometimes. Right. So it's great that I have a little guy like that motivates me to be like, no, dude, let's go. Let's get our butts out there and let's go till he taps out. And even sometimes, dude, whatever, after a long enough time, like I just have to tap out. Right. I'm like, oh, dude, like it's dark. It's, it's free. Like, bro, like we can't be in socks on a trampoline. This is like, yeah, in 20-degree weather. We just can't, dog. So it's just great to see his little passion and his little heart. And and then being able to be pushed by my kid, right?
Well, that's how you stay young.
It is. Like if your son had gotten that deer back wherever that, however far back you guys were, it'd have been a pain in the stinking butt to drag that out of there. But I'll be damned if you weren't going to do it, right?
Oh, I would have got her done.
You would have got it done, dude.
If I would have had to cut it up in pieces and haul out in Ziploc baggies, I would have got it out of there.
Yep. Dude, Man.
So what does your documentary side have planned? Do you have any plans for the new year?
Dog, I appreciate you asking that. No, that's a great question coming from the guest. Yeah, dog, I have retired CIA officer John Ramirez, who lives out, he just lives out somewhere, and I'm flying out to him here on January 6th, getting his interview for like a new documentary. Tentatively, the title is In Plain Sight, the Intelligence Community and UFOs. So hopefully between him being he just has an interesting story. He's done some different interviews here recently, in between like the CIA signing off on the PowerPoint presentation he made. Like he's like, hey, can you guys review this? It has your name in it. Like, am I allowed to say, And they're like, yep, yeah, this checks off fine. So his PowerPoint presentation, when he gives that, you're like, oh, wow, okay, this is very compelling. All this stuff he's saying that the CIA said he's approved to say it. I guess not saying whether or not it's true, but whatever. They said he's allowed to say it. And then, and then he just has his own personal opinions based on his experiences throughout his career. And yeah, it's just interesting. So he's like a credible source. I can't wait to hear his story, man. And then I with the title, originally it was going to be like the CIA, like with it, the ending of it, the CIA and UFOs, but I want to broaden it to the intelligence community because there's a bunch of different former counterintelligence officers and all this stuff that are in the UFO community. And it's going to be, it'll be fun, bro. Catching all their interviews. I absolutely love it. And flying all over, and dog, I'm the type of guy. Yeah, dude, like this flight, bro, I'm flying out. The flight takes off. I got to be there, obviously way earlier, but it's taking off at 5 a.m. in Philly, landing wherever I got to. Actually, I think it's like 2 legs, but whatever. I'm getting into my place, late morning, mid-morning. And, dude, grabbing a rental car, driving 2 hours, just carrying on everything I can and a carry-on. I got a carry-on and like something that can go under my, one thing that can go, carry on like up top, and then something that can go under your seat or whatever. So I got like a backpack. I've got, just one duffel bag, dog, like 100 and whatever it is, a ton of pounds, trucking through these places, getting in the car, throwing in the car, driving to them, rearranging their house quick for this interview. You do the mad fun part, like you and your fishing and stuff. What I like about the filmmaking is like thinking on the fly, man. Like I get to this person's house. Honestly, I probably should just, if my boy Chris Rupert would respond to me or could come on one of these trips, then we could take a set of lights. But right now I'm at the mercy of, but I like the challenge, is like going to these people's houses, no lights, dude, like no external lights. Like the reason my image looks good now is because I've got like, one light coming down from here. I've got another light coming from here, a backlight, and I just kind of have it tuned right in the NVIDIA broadcast. And that's why my image looks like cool and has depth. But yeah, I love that challenge, dude, of showing up to these people's houses. And I'm like, all right, dude. And mapping out real quick. All right, man. Are you guys cool with this? We got to move your couch way out here. We got to open up these curtains. Man, can I bring this lamp up here? This one cat. I'm like, all right, dude, can you get your big screen TV off there? We got to come sit it on this stand here. We'll put it on blue, dog. Just like turn it to no channel blue. We'll bounce that light off you. We'll turn off all the overheads. Oh, dude, it was just like, I love that thrill of having to figure things out on the fly to like with limited, maybe sometimes equipment, and make it look as good as you can. And like the way that the conscious contact full disclosure like turned out, yeah, dude, it's insane. I don't think anybody would, if we didn't tell them, nobody would guess, bro, that was made by 2 people. One dude went out, got all the interviews, logged all of them, went to like, did all that, cut all the trailers. And then the other guy went through and put it all together to make one full documentary by interweaving all 5 stories. And then, dude, the other crazy thing is, right, I never really loved English. Like you, I never really loved English class or anything like that. Like it was okay, but it never really sparked an interest or, oh, let me learn about this. But bro, like here I am at 36 writing like narration for an alien documentary. And it's like, dude, like, it's just cool. Like if you watch the doc and you hear the narrator, dude, it's like, damn, dude, Tyler wrote those words. And then we had a guy, and Chris, I'd send him to him. He'd be like, not this Chris, but Chris Rupert, my filmmaking partner. And he'd be like, oh, dude, yep, that sounds great. He's like, yo, what about if we send it to this person on Fiverr? He has a British accent. He reads it. Dude, I'm like, oh, this sounds good. And it's just crazy. If we wouldn't tell people, they'd be like, dude, I assume this was made by some giant studio that had a lot of money and an idea on a story. And yeah, it's just dope what you can do, man, if you go and try.
Oh yeah, and the feeling of accomplishment of it on your end, has got to be incredible. And by the way, if I ever end up in a documentary of yours or film, I always found I look better in low light conditions, like the darker the better. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I can hook you up. Absolutely. No, that's a good thing. I'll follow that for later. I'll definitely get you in one, man. We actually here have one. I'll give a shout out to my man Adam Hartwick at Shadow Alley Productions. They have a YouTube channel. If you put in Shadow Alley Productions, you'll find it. He does reviews on Mask. But my man, he's a G. I'm trying to get him here on the Curiously Insane podcast. I think I may have him hooked. I'm hoping. If he's watching, Adam, dog, you need to come on here. Come on, man. Agree to it. So to make a long story short, he had some sick alien costumes. A mask, a very legit mask, like the latex or silicone, maybe silicone, whatever it is, where the lips move and everything. And we used him to get sick B-roll footage, right? Of an alien and an extraterrestrial in our Conscious Contact Full Disclosure doc. Well, he's also has the full gear. I think on the 28th or something of December, he gets the last few pieces for a Sasquatch outfit. Bro, full Sasquatch. Coincidentally, we are shooting a Secrets of the Sasquatch documentary, right? That's what I filmed those campouts for and whatnot. So, like, here's what I'm saying to you. If your schedule is free, perhaps what we can do is, I got to look at the date. I'll get it to you off air. It'll be like early or I think mid-January. Hopefully mid-January. But we're going to do this wherever we decide. Maybe somewhere local. I'm not sure if he's coming out this way or if we have to drive somewhere. He's out towards Western PA. But we're going to get this B-roll footage, out in the woods over hours. And so if you would want to like be a part of that and we could film you as the character or as, the person that happens to spot the Sasquatch, right? Like whatever. I can just in my head, I can see using you as somebody in there. We could get you screen time. So we could let me know.
Yeah, as long as it worked out in the schedule.
Yeah, if the stars align, dog. Well, you're definitely, yep. You have the role right now. Schedule pending. So I'll get to you. I'll get with you off air, man. But I appreciate you being interested in it, and it'll for sure be a lot of fun, dude. Because and I'm the same way, dude. You can ask. I don't know if anybody's watching this, been with me on a film set. But if you're like, oh, dude, is this guy just high energy for this Curiously Insane podcast? Like, oh, nah, dude. When I'm like out filming, I'm on fire. Like, I just love it, man. So, yeah, I'm like this. Don't, like the whole time. Just full of spirit and energy and passion and enjoying the process. And, dude, one of the things I love most is when it's like a filming situation with a lot of people. Like, I like getting everybody else like up to their best game or form, you know? Like, I like inspiring those people.
Yeah.
It's just, man, it's a lot of fun. The whole directing part and creativity. And yeah, man, if anybody is out there, that's into filmmaking, thinks they can make a documentary, you can. You definitely can. Well, let me hold up. What do we got here? Hydro Hose got a lot of way back. I wanted something nobody had. What? I can process it to a point because it was an experience I made that poetry from. I'm making something. I need film made. I have 2. Music saves. All right. Well, Hydro Host, thanks again, as always, for engaging and interacting. I will reach out to you then. Yeah, just regarding about what film you're looking to have made or whatever. And we can, whatever. We can flesh that out then. But Chris, let me see here. Let me just double check something real quick, dude. I apologize. Okay. Yeah, man. Is there anything else you want to say, bro? Anything else that fires you up? Or I feel like we'll wrap this up here. We've been ripping for a minute, dog.
Yeah, man.
It's an hour
It was
42
fun.
minutes.
It was fun. I appreciate you having me on.
Dude, I love everything about you. Dude, you're a great man, great spirit. I love that. Yep, that you're the kind of guy. Oh, yeah. Like you said earlier in the show. Yeah. My head's not telling me, man, I can't do this. It's, I bet you $5 I can. And a lot of times you got to find out in the moment or put yourself in that situation to see if you can rise to the occasion. Like, you won't maybe just do it on your own. Right. And I love that about you. And I hope the viewers tonight just found some inspiration in that as well, to go follow whatever fires them up. Because, dog, I know I had to do the same thing when I got my drone license, my remote pilot's license. Dude, I kept saying, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it so I can get commercial work, get paid, actually use it to get paid money. And it was like a couple months, and I'm just like, dude, I just need to sign up for it so that I have to go take the test. And it's like $150 or whatever it was. It was like, oh, bro, like, I don't have $150 to just be, pissing away. So I need to put myself in a position where I got to study and try and, pass this thing. And whatever. My situation worked out where, where I ended up passing it. But if I didn't place myself in that situation, I'd never have this pilot's license, right?
Yeah, man. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping it, man. So, anybody out there, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a comment. We sincerely appreciate all the engagement, man. It's been a great show tonight with Chris. Chris, dude, you inspire me to just keep trying, man. Trying new things and not being afraid to whatever, maybe fall down, but get back up and just keep going. That's part of the journey, dog. That's part of the experience. And it's only bad if you make it bad in your head.
Yes, sir.
So anybody, dude, if he and I can do what we're doing, man, and go to the places we're going, anybody out there can do it. So again, this is Tyler Transue with the Curiously Insane podcast, where oh gosh, hold on. This was a great broadcast. Went to the closer. We went so long, I forgot what my opener was. And that's how you know it's live, baby, because we only get one take. So I'm going to try it again. Give me one beat to think about it in my head. This is Tyler Transue with the Curiously Insane podcast, where we find out what fires you up. And in doing so, fires you up to go out and climb that Everest. Damn! Here we go. What up, everybody? Tyler Transue here with the Curiously Insane podcast, where we find out what fires people up, and in doing so, fires you up to find your Everest and climb it. Because, baby, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Ow, ow. Let's go, bro. So, man, god damn it, dude. It was 4 times, but you know what? I never give up. I talked about falling on your face, but just keep moving forward. And that's how we nail that shit. So, Chris, thank you, dog. You're an awesome, awesome, awesome guest. I wish you and your family a super duper Merry Christmas. And everybody else, man. Until next time, keep on keeping on.
It's the Curiously Insane podcast. Tyler T with the facts.